Good morning. It's Joshua Taylor coming to you from here in Chilliwack. Left Abbotsford this morning on my way back to Boston Bar. Anyway, this morning when I woke up, it was like God slapped me in the face. Not for anything that I did, but for what's coming. And he made it very clear that most of the church either doesn't believe the word or is trapped in fear and unbelief. We're talking about the majority of the church. The reason why I say this is when the Lord slapped me in the face, kind of woke me up. Remember the flood that came? We know that was real, right? And God has promised, gave the sign of the rainbow that he would not destroy the earth by water. But guess what? He did say that he is going to destroy the earth by fire. And that's not just the end when Jesus comes back. That's just, it's happening now. And yet, most of us don't realize. Okay, if you take the time to listen to Paul Bigley's guest, Mike from around the world, for the past 6 years, he's been bringing up the 5 waves of energy that started hitting the earth, the real cause behind climate change. And over 40-50 years ago, the scientists knew that these galactic cosmic waves, or GCRs, would hit the earth and that things would heat up, right? So the scientists around the world, the governments around the world, they know about this and they're running scared. That's the number one reason why they built the underground bases. And so they're looking to protect themselves, but they have no interest in protecting the population. And these galactic cosmic waves, we're in the 3rd wave of energy now, and they will continue only to escalate. The biggest thing right now is the volcanism is going to increase, and it's going to become catastrophic. And we need a lot of volcanoes to blow now to relieve the pressure that's in the earth. What we don't want is what Mike from around the world was talking about. He's saying we don't want the underwater volcanoes to begin to blow. He was saying that the majority of the volcanoes in the world are not on the land, they're in the oceans. And if they begin to blow, it's going to release the methane, the frozen methane that's in the bottom of the oceans. It's going to start to come up, and you're going to see the coastlines around the world. They're going to be saturated with methane gas, and people are going to die. The coastlines, will become uninhabitable. You won't be able to live there. That's the bottom line. And the governments around the world know this. But yet, they keep us trapped in the system. Mankind doesn't have the 2050 or whatever, the government says, where the earth is being hit by fire as we speak, by these galactic cosmic waves, these 5 waves of energy. The earth is heating up. Ancient volcanoes are being activated, causing the earth to swell and to dry up, causing the atmosphere to heat up. You have to listen to Mike from around the world. He's right on the money. But anyway, the bottom line is the judgment that the earth now is under, judgment of fire. It's not coming at the end of the world, it's already here. If you stay in the cities, and if you believe the word, if you really believe the word, you will move out of the cities, right? If you really believe the word, where God says He's going to destroy the earth by fire, you better start taking action. There will be a revival to take the remnant out of the cities. The cities will be left for destruction. President Donald Trump or whoever's in office, no one is going to be able to stop this judgment of fire from consuming the earth and causing all the catastrophes mentioned in the book of Revelations and in the sixth and the seventh seals. No one can stop this, and the earth is in judgment now. And we know that these 5 waves of energy, they're triggering the birth pangs. The birth pangs of Matthew 24 are increasing, and they will increase until where it's going to become apparent. It's going to become fully apparent, evident that the handwriting is on the wall, that the earth is under judgment of fire. And so we need to do all we can. Saying this, the cities are, you can't stay in the cities. Bottom line, you can't stay in the cities. So we need to take action. If you really believe the word that God's going to destroy the earth by fire, then you begin to prepare your livelihood to save your families. And we need to prepare to build these ark communities, these places of refuge. And if you remain in the cities, you will die. That's the bottom line. And God will send revival to the cities to take the bride out of the cities. Those who remain in the cities, the unbelievers, will go down in judgment. So all this is going to increase until the time that the Antichrist comes on the scene. And he's, for a while he's going to seem to have the answers, but he cannot stop the judgment of fire coming on the earth. So we as a people, those of you that do believe the word, that the earth now is on fire, God's pouring out his fire on the earth. You need to believe, you need to prepare to get out of the cities. We need to prepare to live apart from the system. We can't be dependent upon the system, upon the stores, upon the gas stations, upon the banks, because in time that these galactic cosmic ways will take its toll. You're going to see volcanoes where there's never been volcanoes. You're going to see poisonous gas come up from the earth. In cities, people are going to die. Pestilence, stuff like that. So we need to do what we can to put a plan together. The cities of the nations of the world are no longer safe. God's turning up the fire. So we need to do what we can to believe the word. Noah moved by the fear of God. He wasn't in fear when God told him he's going to destroy the world by water. He was moved by the fear of God. If we believe the word, then we should be moved by the fear of God to prepare, regardless of what other people say, regardless of what the government says. The government's got us trapped in this system, and they won't leave us. They won't let us leave. And we're just going to have to fight back. God could terminate these underground bases. Very easy for him to all of a sudden cause a volcano to blow up and vaporize these underground bases, right? So even the elect, they're not going to be safe in their underground bunkers. And it's going to be like the time of Moses. God's going to give a decree for his people to leave, He's going to come face to face with Pharaoh, with the governments around the world, and he's going to say, let my people go, or I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to bring some kind of judgment on you, on Pharaoh, on his kingdom, on Egypt's kingdom. And we know that God protected the Israelites in the land of Goshen. The plagues didn't come near them. So we need to believe God, and we're in the time of the birth pangs. Jesus is not coming back in their birth pangs. These are signs leading up to us coming, right? So we're in the third wave of energy, and we still got 4 more waves to go. So we better believe God, and when he says that Babylon's going to fall in 1 hour, Babylon's going to fall. The system's going to fail because they won't be able to take all the judgments coming upon the earth. Okay, gonna let it go here. This is Joshua Taylor coming to you from here in Chilliwack. I'm on my way up to the Boston Bar. I'm going to finish the PDF file on the shelter logic system, and we need to prepare, folks. If you stay in the system, knowing that God's going to bring down the cities and all that, then you're living in unbelief and fear. So we need to learn to move by the fear of God. Okay, we'll leave it here.